In early marriage, it took us about 1.5 years of infertility and miscarriages before we found out I was finally pregnant with my daughter. I know so many of us struggle with having children. It's such a lonely and heartbreaking process sometimes. I remember fixing my mind on wanting to get to the end of the process. I wanted to skip that pain of all of it and just get to the blessing of having a healthy baby. But God took me through a journey with Him in that time that was so important. He showed me that in those hard waiting places, He's growing us and clearing out that junk in our hearts and making room for His Holy Spirit. Turns out I have a lot in common with the Israelites. God had promised them that He would bring them into the land of milk and honey, a place where they would prosper, but there was a lot of work to do to get there. A lot. In order to take over the land, God had to wipe the land clear of other tribes. And I think it's interesting that God tells them that it would be a process. It wouldn't happen overnight. He says, "But I will not drive them out in a single year, because the land would become desolate and the wild animals too numerous for you. Little by little, I will drive them out before you until you have increased enough to take possession of the land." We want to see the good that God has for us, but often we forget that God has a plan and it's for our good, but it can take time. When we rush God's plan or don't obey it fully, we often cut those corners and end up hurting ourselves or others, creating problems for ourselves. It's so hard to wait when you're praying faithfully for God to move you into that good land. I know what it's like to just want to get on with it already. But whatever is going on in your life, trust that God is working on your behalf and in our hearts little by little for your good, and stay the course with Him.